And we're live here on the Northstar Network, streaming live on YouTube. I'm Joey Cox, your play-by-play comment. Oh, I can't speak today, Killian. I was doing something earlier. I was talking to somebody, Killian, and I had the same situation. I don't know what it is today. I'm stumbling over my words. I'm Joey Cox, your play-by-play commentator here. I'm joined by Killian Heffron, color commentator, and we'll be joined by Jack Mannion in just a few moments as our analyst. We got about 1:25 left on the clock just before our opening kickoff. The North Stars taking on the West Genesee Wildcats right here at West Genesee High School. We don't do a lot of away games, Killian, but it's nice to do some of these, to get these games to some of the folks at home that can't come out half an hour to West Genny. And Mr. Burns, the athletic director over here at West Genesee High School, he's very welcoming, and they love when we come over here, and they love when we broadcast. So it's great to be here, Killian.
Absolutely. I mean, this is my first time doing a game here in the West Genny booth, and it's really nice in here, honestly. I was definitely picturing more of your traditional high school scorer's box, run down, old. This is really nice. It's very sturdy. Got a nice big window. They actually let us go into the big booth today, which is really nice here as the North Stars take the field. But certainly a really good first impression, and a big thank you to Mr. Burns and everyone at West Genesee for letting us come out.
Yeah, and we apologize for any echoey sound that you may hear. This is like a taller booth compared to ours, and it's a little bit more enclosed because it has solid walls on either side, unlike a big panel of windows like in our booth. So you may hear some echoes throughout the broadcast. We apologize for that. But let's get in today's matchup now. The North Stars, they sit at 500 on the season, 2-2, and they're 1-1 in Class AA. So they're looking to get over that 500 hump both overall and in Class AA. While you look at the West Genesee Wildcats, they're 1-3 overall, and they're 0-1 in division play. So Killian, you got to look, and then you look at the past between these two teams. 5-0 in their last 5 versus West Genny or the North Stars. Their last game, it was actually a close one, surprisingly, 20-13. So it'll be interesting to see here if it's close like that, or if we see another blowout game like RFA last week. But you got to look at the passing game for West Genesee. They got their quarterback. He's got 10 touchdowns to just 2 interceptions, almost 800 passing yards. So, I mean, they did a great job versus Mark Barone last week. He had 6 touchdowns. You know, everybody started turning. I just want to make sure that they're not doing the national anthem quite yet. Okay, we got a second. But, yeah, they did a great job versus Mark Barone. They picked him off twice. He didn't have a single passing touchdown. So they did a great job versus that passing offense. So, Killian, if we're going to get I can't really hear. It's not as well. And I can't hear as well as at CNS, Killian, but they keep turning. It looks like they're getting ready for the national anthem. But we'll take a break here. We'll be back in just a few moments for the opening kickoff, and we'll ask Killian our question of the day.
Cuatro.
We're live here on the Northstar Network, streaming live on YouTube. We thank you so much here for joining us in the booth at the West Genesee High School. I'm joined here by Killian Heffron and Jack Mannion, my color commentators for today's game. But Killian, as I was saying before our little break there, so North Stars, they did a great job versus Mark Barone, who had 6 touchdowns and only 1 interception coming into the game versus CNS, and then they picked him off twice and allowed no touchdowns. So, Killian, how did the North Stars carry over that momentum into this one?
Well, the North Stars, they got to continue to push their run game. John McDowell-Reed in particular last week was certainly a big factor in that game. For instance, he had that 96-yard touchdown run at one point, which really contributed to RFA demoralizing. So I expect the North Stars to try to continue to push that run game and also continue to try to push their strong defense, as they really were able to limit RFA in their last matchup last week.
Yes, indeed. I mean, John McDowell-Reed, like you said, excellent game last week, 160 yards, 2 touchdowns on the ground. He had 1 touchdown in the air, catching-wise, I should say, and he had that big 96-yard touchdown.
Little
So the North
swip
Stars,
kick right there.
Yeah, a little short kick to the 30 as they're going to receive this one first. So West Genny will receive after halftime. Now, you may be noticing some of the pink accents by both the North Star players and West Genesee players, and that is because tonight is Cancer Night. So they're honoring all the survivors, all the victims, all those who are currently battling cancer, and you can see some of the North Star players out there wearing that. Lucuzio right out on the left side, 3 receivers on the left for the North Stars, as John McDowell-Reed goes in motion. Dem's gonna,
wow,
whoa, what a hit.
What a clothesline.
Oh man, huge hit by Muhammad Alani. But what were you saying, Killian?
Yeah, well, going back to what you were saying earlier, it actually is specifically, it is Breast Cancer Awareness Night.
Sorry, I was going to specify it, but then I was like, I want to make sure I was right about it before I said it. But, yeah, that's why we took that little break because of breast cancer night here.
I mean, what a huge hit there to break up that pass, though. Dems, good accurate pass there on the screen, but, I mean, absolutely nowhere for the receiver to go.
Yeah, no blocking either by the North Stars. That's really what that pass is designed for, is John McDowell-Reed's going to take this thing on the ground for a gain of about 3. Tries to make his way up the seam. Doesn't get much, but still a positive gain for the North Stars. You know, I feel like Killian, the O-line for most teams don't get enough credit, and I got to give credit to one of the guards for the North Stars, Cameron Miller. He's one of the tallest players on the team. You could spot him out in the crowd, number 75. Cameron Miller out there on the line for the North Stars. He's done pretty good this season. Yeah, had a couple penalties, a couple sacks allowed, but honestly, in high school, not much you can expect out of that as an early timeout. Wow.
Yeah, it looked like the North Stars, I mean, I don't know if nobody was on the same page, but there really wasn't a lot of crowd noise. So if they wanted to maybe make an audible to change up the play to get everyone on the same page, they could have there.
Right.
But just really, I mean, 2 costly mistakes early on for the North Stars. Faulty blocking on that first play, and then now they have to burn one of their valuable timeouts here under a minute into the first quarter.
57 seconds in to this one. The North Stars faced with a 3rd and long. We'll be back in just a few. Welcome you back after an early timeout for the North Stars, as Alexander Saloom going to go in motion there. Dem's going to fake
play
it.
Action.
Rolls downfield. He's got his man complete. Antoine Dixon. That's only his 2nd reception of the season. His only reception so far this season came in the first couple games, and that was only for a gain of about 1 yard. And here he gets a gain of about, I'm trying to do quick math here, gain of about 12 or so. So great pass by Dems. the pressure was coming to him. He rolled out right after that play action, like Jack mentioned, and does a great job, accurate pass on the run, which we've noticed Dems tends to struggle with, is passing on the run, and there doesn't have a problem with that, getting the first down for the North Stars. Hands it off to McDowell-Reed, who finds the perimeter. He's got a good gap. Oh, man. He is taken down. Great tackle assist there by Muhammad Alani.
Ties back into what I said earlier. If they can get McDowell-Reed going, West Jenny's going to have a hard time stopping him, especially with the season he's had so far. That's another good, say it's probably a 20-yard gain there.
Yeah. Huge gain for Myjon McDowell-Reed. Just great job finding the perimeter. He had a lot of open space in front of him. He started to accelerate. That's the thing I like about my man McDowell-Reed. He's got a great acceleration. And he does that there. He starts slow at the line of scrimmage, finds that gap as he did just there around the perimeter, and then he picks up the speed. Great blocking
right up the
O-line. Oh, just down at the 1. Right up the gut, as Jack just said. But, man, I mean, that was a great combination block by the O-line. I mean, Myjon, he had a great gap right through the B gap, and really no trouble blocking the Wildcats D-line.
Small tush push right here.
All right. Fortunately, Jack, tush pushes are illegal in high school, but maybe a little bit of a
false start.
Brother shove you out, and we're going to get a false start.
Well, going back to what we were talking about earlier with McDowell-Reed's running, so far the West Jenny D-line has had no answers for him. Nobody's even laid a finger on him. All tackles on him have come in the secondary early on in this game. Although this will certainly not help things for the North Stars. They'll be backed up to about the 6.
So first and goal at around the 6. McDowell-Reed in the backfield. 2 receivers on the left. Saloom's going to run in motion. That one, a design run. He pushes his way forward.
I think he got it.
It's going to be close. They're going to call him down at the 1.
And Dems there was calling a touchdown pretty early. But, I mean, great opportunity there for the North Stars here. Now they're back on the 1. And that was Cameron Miller, who you were talking about earlier, who was pushing him nearly all the way.
I give it to McDowell-Reed again.
Oh, yeah. 2nd and goal for the North Stars at the 1. That's going to be another false start.
Jeez. That's already 10 penalty yards right there for the North Stars.
Yeah.
Oh, no, they're going offside. Neutral zone.
Neutral zone infraction here by the Wildcats, and that's going to get the North Stars a few inches closer.
McDowell-Reed's going to get in right here.
Yeah. Jack, our prediction analyst, calling it. Saloom runs in motion. McDowell-Reed fights his way through. Jack never misses. As the North Stars going to end their opening drive with a touchdown. Myjon McDowell-Reed punches into the end zone.
Just how they drew it up.
Exactly. North Stars take an early 6-0 lead. Here comes the extra point in just a few seconds by Jacob Genesee. He's missed 2 on the season. 1 was blocked last game versus RFA, and then the other miss, we're not quite sure if that was a miss on his part or perhaps blocking.
Josh Carty-esque.
The extra point for Genesee, up and good.
It'll be caught perfectly by, I think, one of the modified players there standing behind the field ready to catch these kicks.
All right, they don't have the net behind. Most high schools don't. All right, so the North Stars, great opening drive to go up 7-0. Myjon McDowell-Reed punches it in from the 1. We'll be back. Wildcats look to respond. 2, 1. We welcome you back here to the Northstar Network, streaming live on YouTube. We're here at West Genesee High School for an away game here for the North Stars. We hope that any of you that couldn't make it to the game are here joining us on the broadcast. I'm Joey Cox, your play-by-play commentator here for tonight's matchup. 7:55 left to go in the first. The North Stars opening drive ends in a touchdown. It was a decent kickoff there, or really solid kickoff from Jacob Genesee.
Tackle there by Newton.
As 22, Evan Duford going to bring it out to the 22 for the Wildcats. Now, as I was already talking about, Wildcats, they struggle on the ground, but they have a great passing offense. So we'll see if the North Stars can put a stop to that and put them in lockdown mode. Takes the snap, rolls out left. He's looking downfield. Across the middle, he's going to get a gain of about 7. Great pass to the sideline for Liam Brennan. We got 2 number 9s on the roster here, and neither of them are listed as quarterbacks, so. That's pretty useful. All right, well.
Thank you.
2 receivers on the right. They're going to hand that off. The North Stars are having none of it as that play is stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
That was kind of like the Rams in overtime in that 4th and 1 drop to Kyron Williams.
Right. Anthony Allen tries to find his way around the perimeter, but nothing comes out of it.
You imagine West Jenny, they're going to think to pass here.
Yeah. 3rd and medium or so, about a 3rd and 5 for the Wildcats. Good protection. He's going to air it out to the sideline.
Bit dangerous there for West Jenny there. They stuck their arm out trying to reach to the first down, but nearly had it knocked away. He was able to bring it back into his chest in time, but.
Yeah, I mean, he had the first down once he caught it. So once the North Stars made the tackle there, forward progression would take over. And so even if he was backed up, he would have, that first down would have stayed. So slow to start for the Wildcats, but they are moving the chains as they look to respond to the North Stars opening touchdown. Jet sweep there goes nowhere as Muhammad Alani, who's listed as an O-lineman, doesn't look much of an O-lineman there as he jogs off the field. Yeah, I'm starting to think these rosters aren't very accurate. I guess Schedule Galaxy's let me down.
Or Syracuse.com.
This is Schedule Galaxy.
Oh.
Wow.
My bad.
They're usually good on that. A lot of passes to the left. Again, I'm going to pull up high school sports stats, and I'll then be able to tell you, because I think theirs are a little bit more accurate because they're having to keep track of stats. So I'll tell you that in a second, but then I'll be able to call these players' names. I feel bad. Inaccurate roster here. Schedule Galaxy's got to do better.
Regardless, here we got a bit of a 3rd and medium situation.
Yeah. Yep. Over the middle, almost intercepted. Donovan Cheney almost got his hands in there. Wearing the same number he wears for lacrosse, yep.
It's quite the dangerous pass, Joey.
Yeah, that was definitely a little bit of a hospital ball.
Like a Desmond Ritter throw.
All right. So, risky throw. For Alej Mohina.
Now we get our first look at the West Jenny punting game.
Yep.
Well, I thought he might have been faking it there for a second.
All right. That one's going to.
Oh, it touched the North Star. I think that's Wildcats ball.
I don't know. It looked like a North Star got in there in time. It's going to stay with the North Stars.
Wow.
Oh, they got lucky on that one. It looked like West Jenny was pushing one of the North Star players into the ball. And that's, yeah.
Yeah, well, it looked like the North Star there. He was just kind of blocking the ball. It kind of bounced off his back.
Yeah, that's what happened.
Yeah, then West Jenny, they dove at the ball, and they actually knocked it under a North Star. So an unlucky bounce for CNS is going to be paid right back. And the North Stars look at the ball here from about the, I believe they're on the 35 exactly, or just shy of the 35, maybe like an inch shy of it.
Yeah, so, yeah, I'm looking at my roster, and their quarterback listed on High School Sports Stats is not even on this roster. So,
well, that sucks.
And it says 2025-2026 boys varsity roster as Myjon McDowell-Reed tries to make something out of nothing. He maybe gets a yard. We'll see where they spot him.
If that.
Yeah, they're going to give him a yard.
This will be a big test here for Jenny to see if they're able to adjust to the North Stars rushing attack. That's going to be the first time today, I think, that the defensive line is able to stop McDowell-Reed, and they don't have to rely on the secondary.
So what looked like it could have been a loss or even a no gain. McDowell-Reed still gets a yard. McDowell-Reed going to motion to his left. There's a flag on the play.
Free play.
Oh, that one's going to be aired out. Beautiful play.
Wow.
Let's see what the penalty is on. It could be offsides. Let's hope so.
Jim Ryan dial up.
A huge, huge play for the North Stars.
Well, let's see.
Come on, Corley.
Let's
Get
see
it
what the
together.
signal is.
Whoa.
Start.
That's coming back.
That is coming back.
That's coming back.
Penalty for the North Stars as Braden Dems with a huge, huge pass down the sideline. I mean, Saloom was wide open. He broke away, broke free. Beautiful pass, beautiful placement. Just the North Stars jumped the gun. That would have been Saloom's fifth touchdown of the season.
Yeah, he had his DB completely burned too. Really, he had a bit of a, I think it was a 3 or 4 yard separation there. Nobody was in range to even dive and tackle him, but it's a very costly false start. This will make it second and I believe 15, or it's going to be ruled 14 here from the just ahead of the 30.
The penalties have struck early here for the North Stars. They're going to hand that off. McDowell-Reed.
It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. He breaks free. Five's tracking him down. Oh, man. He had a lot of speed. Unable to get ahead, though. Well, he did get ahead, but just great job by Ray Bullock.
Starting to look like the Bengals defense out there.
All right.
Or the Cowboys.
Either one works, Jack.
Yeah.
I will say this is very reminiscent of North Star teams from even just 2 years ago, where they were very good at running the ball and getting it downfield very fast, and their defense was just very solid. That was back when CNS was really dominating in the section, winning, I believe it was 5 straight sectional titles before CBA began taking over.
Now, the nice thing about this North Stars offense, yes, they rely a lot on the run still, but they're able to lean on the pass a little bit more. And we talked about that in our RFA game, but honestly, I mean, now with Dems healthy, after some struggles injury-wise last season, it's nice to see that the North Stars can start to trust Dems under center, and not be afraid to pass it downfield. As unfortunate that last play was called back. Huge touchdown there by the North Stars, but again called back by the false start. But other than that, it was a great play. Dem's going to step back. He's going to throw to the corner of the end zone. Oh, man. Saloom tries to climb the ladder. and get up top for a catch there. But he did get his fingers on it, but just a little bit out of his reach. So here comes a big third down for the North Stars to go up 2 scores. Right now, West Jenny one unanswered, or sorry, North Stars one unanswered. West Jenny yet to respond, but chance to go up 2 scores. Dem's most likely going to pass here. Yep, he's going to step back. He decides to roll out left.
What are you doing?
And he's going to look downfield, but he stopped just at about the line of scrimmage. So we'll see if the North Stars go for it or if they decide to kick a field goal. It looks like they're going to go.
I'd take the points.
Oh, wait. Oh, 4th down. Yeah. I thought he said 1st down and goal. I was like, wait a second.
Kick the field goal. Jeez.
We haven't seen Genesee kick it yet, so we don't even know his range. So I don't even know if the North Stars will ever kick it.
We've seen 1 PAT, which he nailed.
Yep. Dempsey's going to fire over the middle, almost picked off.
Great coverage.
Great coverage by the Wildcats.
And even if that throw had been complete, I don't know that he would have gotten into the end zone. Had another Wildcat right behind him.
He might have been able to backpedal into the end zone, but that would have been tough. Anthony Allen, 5'10", 150-pound DB for the Wildcats, almost picks it off. Nonetheless, it's going to be a turnover on downs for the North Stars, and the Wildcats have it back at their own 12. So chance here to tie things up. Killian, will be interesting to see if they stick to the passing game, try the run game. They've struggled with the run pretty much all season, and we'll see if they can try to lean on it this game.
North Stars have been consistent.
Yes, there we go.
And North Stars consistently have been bringing 4 and holding one just behind the line of scrimmage. And that's a good example of it right there. The 4-man rush forces them to run to his right, and then I'm not sure really what you would call that player that's slightly standing behind the line of scrimmage, but he's able to run in and get him down for a loss of 1. Or no, gain of 1. It says the ball's on the 12. Okay.
Go back to the passing game. A huge sack for Donovan Cheney. Wow.
Claimed his helmet as well.
Yeah.
And now this is interesting, Joey. I don't know. Are you required to come off the field if your helmet comes off in high school football?
I don't know. I'd have to.
And he looks like he
is.
Well, it looks like he might be either limping or no, he looks to be running off okay, but he took a pretty big hit. Good to see he was able to pop up back fast, but all of a sudden now.
Yeah, I mean, that O-line just shifted left, and Donovan Cheney had no blocker on the right side. I mean, you could see Cheney, he plays DB, and you can see they weren't expecting the DB blitz there.
Oh, man.
Offside.
Offsides.
But there was also a timeout called by West Jenny, and it might have been right before the infraction occurred. Let's see.
They got too excited.
They don't have the ref announce microphones like they do at CNS.
Yeah, but West Jenny they were trying to call a timeout, and I don't know if they called the timeout before the infraction was committed, because if they did, that is a really bad break. And it looks like that's going to be what the officials are discussing right now.
Yeah.
You saw their coach on the side. I don't know if that's their head coach. And so they're going to award them the timeout.
Yep.
And so CNS gets bailed out of a pretty interesting situation there. Now, granted, it still would have been 3rd and long, but, I mean, now they're still backed up to their own 2.
Right. So, Wildcats forced to take a timeout. Let's see what Coach Joe Corley can do on the sideline, what adjustments they can make if they can convert this 3rd and long.
after this play.
All right, we welcome you back here on the Northstar Network as we just replayed that big sack by Cheney. Looked like he was going to drop back in coverage, but instead he blitzed, came in, broke down the pocket as this could be a safety if he doesn't get it off. And it's intercepted. The North Stars have a chance for a pick six. They cannot. Prodigy Shepard gets the interception and sets up the North Stars first and goal on the 5.
I think West Jenny should just stick to the run game instead of the passing game, because after that sequence, that was
pretty brutal, Jack. Pretty brutal.
Pretty tough to watch. Tough sequence.
So huge interception by Prodigy Shepard to get the North Stars in excellent field position. But yeah, I mean, this whole sequence of events really started with that huge sack on second down for Donovan Cheney, just unprotected. O-line wasn't expecting. He had no competition at the line of scrimmage. Right tackle wasn't prepared, and he just came in for the sack. So Myjon McDowell-Reed runs around the perimeter.
Again.
Flag down.
Find his way in. The flag was thrown in the backfield.
This
so
might
be
come back.
I'm
thinking this is going to be offensive holding.
Yep.
Yeah. 95% of the time it's going to be holding.
Yep.
Yeah, you could see either. I couldn't tell who exactly it was, but there was definitely a West Jenny defender there that was certainly impeded quite a bit. And then the flag flew in right after. So North Stars are going to make it a little tougher on themselves now. They're going to be faced with a
first and long. Yeah, they're going to be faced with a first and about 15 from the 15.
And they will also be faced with the end of the first quarter.
Yes. So we'll be back in just a few moments for our second quarter of action. North Stars up 7-0. Welcome you back after the end of the first quarter. North Stars up 7-0. Early touchdown by the North Stars. Myjon McDowell-Reed punched it in from the 1 yard line as they look to get their second score of the night as it's first and goal from the 15. And the North Stars set up with this excellent field position after the interception.
Good ball.
What a ball indeed, Jack. Beautiful pass from Braden Dems, and Saloom just backs his way through the end zone. Catches it over the shoulder, not over the shoulder, but don't know the word I was looking for there, but nonetheless, I mean, a beautiful pass, great placement by Dems to get the North Stars on top, 13-0, potentially 14-0. So here comes the kick from Jacob Genesee. There's the hold. That one's drilled. Cameron Ingram, the holder for the North Stars. So great sequence of events there from the North Stars, guys. I mean, they had that holding penalty. They're backed up to the 15, and then Dems just goes right through the air, finds Saloom for his fifth touchdown of the season, and a huge receiving touchdown to give the North Stars a 14-0 lead. So we'll be back in just a few moments as West Jenny 2 scores unresponded. We'll see if they can respond here. Welcome you back here to the Northstar Network, streaming live on YouTube. Northstars have gone 2 unanswered as the Wildcats look to get a response. Jacob Genesee. Send this one away for the Northstars. Boots that one to around the 12 as there's a flag.
Yeah, we'll get a flag for free kick out of bounds.
I thought that only happened if it flew out of bounds, not hit inbounds and bounced out of bounds. I didn't think that was a thing. Jeez. So, costly mistake there by Jacob Genesee, which brings the Wildcats to great starting position. I've seen that happen before, and I know that's a penalty, but I thought it was if it was kicked out of bounds, not hit inbounds and then bounced out of bounds.
Yeah, I thought it was that too until he threw the flag right there.
Right. Huh. Maybe it's just in high school. So I've seen it happen in the NFL, but I don't know. So the Wildcats going to pitch that one to the left. The North Stars are having none of it as Lacuzio Wright comes in for the tackle for loss for the North Stars. So huge tackle for loss for the North Stars to bring up 2nd and long for the Wildcats with 11:27 left to go in the second quarter. Reminder, Wildcats will receive after halftime.
What does Dan Castleman dial up here on defense?
Molina, he decides to fire this, dump it off to his running back. Does get a solid gain, gets past the original line of scrimmage for a gain of about 6 or so. Great job by Molina to make something out of nothing.
Yeah, they'll give him a gain of 6.
So big third down here. 2 unanswered for the North Stars, and we'll see if Wildcats can respond after 2 big plays for the North Stars. That's a huge tackle. I think they're going to give him the first down.
They gave it to him.
Yeah, I think so. No, yep, they're going to give it to him. Chain gang wasn't moving quite yet, so I wasn't quite sure, but yep, we're going to give him the first down. Great tackle by Ethan Newton. He's only got 6 tackles on the season.
Yeah, well, Newton was right on them there. The
Yeah.
throw was on point, but really no time to turn or do much of anything. As soon as that ball came in, he was brought down extremely quick.
Yeah. So
Unsure if he anticipated contact coming that fast.
Right. So no yards after catch.
Notice they got 2 chains.
Yeah. Oh, great job.
Oh, that's a hold.
Break free, but it's going to be a hold on the Wildcats.
Plenty of whistles there from the referee. Wanted you to make sure that play was over, I guess. So it will be offensive holding, and that'll back up West Jenny.
So penalties proving costly for both teams. I mean, seeing a few holding penalties for the North Stars, few for the Wildcats. So that's going to back them up quite a bit. 1st and long from the 35. Hey, wait a minute. We're just at the 35. That's where the line of scrimmage started off for this quarter.
It'll be a nice first down and 20, and we're going to get another timeout here by West Jenny.
Corley doesn't like what he sees.
No, he does not. Joe Corley going to take a timeout, talk things over with his players. 1st and long coming up for the Wildcats.
We welcome you back here on the Northstar Network. West Genny facing first down and 20 from their own 35 following a costly holding penalty and a timeout. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Molina with 2 running backs. Will take the snap, pitches it off, and West Genny will look to run to the right, and that's going to be a big hit there. Stopped at just about the line of scrimmage. They might give him 1 or 2.
And Tavion Jones, before the Donovan Chaney sack that we just saw a few moments ago, was the only player on the North Stars team to have a sack. So 1 for the total team, and that 1 was by Tavion Jones. Now 2 after that sack by Donovan Chaney. But he gets the stop there on 1st and long. Now brings up another long play here for long down for the Wildcats.
But a bit of a theme today.
Yeah. They've been they keep getting backed up, whether it's a tackle for loss by the North Stars.
Good tackle.
Or some costly penalties. It's Antoine Dixon. Gets the tackle at the ankles. And here comes the 3rd and 15. It's like Wildcats going to stall out once more if they can't get a big conversion.
We've seen them been able to go up and over the middle today a couple times for a good completion. This is where they could use one of those.
Molina looks to throw. A lot of pressure as he's forced to just kind of throw that incomplete across the middle.
Yeah, you can see his first option, he was about to throw it and saw a blocker coming in at the last second, realized he didn't have an option there, just flung it down the middle.
It looked like he wanted to get Colin Fletcher on that play at around the 50-55, or I almost thought we were playing Canadian football here for a second, 50-45, but no options there. As forced to throw it away, bring up 4th and 15. And here comes a punt by the Wildcats, their 2nd of the day.
I would not be surprised here if they... Never mind. I was going to say I would not be surprised if they try and fake it, but as you can clearly see, they did not.
Here comes Donovan Chaney, fighting his way across midfield. He's going to be stopped just short of the 50 as the North Stars set up shop at their own 49.
That punt right there was probably the best play that the Wildcats have drawn up so far this first half.
So the North Stars, actually they're going to be at their 48. Great starting position.
Let's see what they do here.
After that punt.
I would not be surprised if they continue to try to run this ball with McDowell-Reed.
Yeah, I mean, it's been working for the North Stars so far. They're going to decide to go a little play action there.
Screen
Dumps
pass.
It off
Little dump
Ezra
pass.
Love as he makes his way down the sideline. Tight ropes past the 40 that's going to be a great first down by the North Stars. Okay, Ezra Love, that's his 4th reception of the season. That time for about 12. Give him 11.
Wildcat.
Let's give him 12. 13. So the North Stars now 39. 7:14 left to go. 1st and 10. North Stars look to go up 3.
You got to run it right here, Joey.
Yep, get that running game established once more.
Or not.
Myjon McDowell-Reed is stopped. Goes nowhere. Maybe a loss. Yep, they're going to give him a loss of a yard. So I think really the North Stars are going to be forced to pass here in some of these situations, especially in these longer downage situations. But, I mean, Wildcats are expecting it, and that's the thing about the North Stars. I mean, yes, they can still get the running game going even though teams are expecting it, but teams are really always expecting it. So you can't always rely on it, and that's the nice thing about having Dems back under center for the North Stars. They can start to lean more on the passing game, though Myjon McDowell-Reed starts to break free a little bit there before taken down at around the 32-yard lines where they're going to spot him. So it brings up a 3rd and 3 for the North Stars.
Yeah, so far, CNS offensive line has absolutely dominated the West Jenny D-line. Really nothing in terms of West Jenny for pressure or really stopping McDowell Reed at all. They've gotten him a couple of times, but it's been really heavy on the secondary for stopping him and for stopping the pass game.
Yes.
Yes, indeedy. So, we haven't seen any backup running backs for the North Stars come in. Sometimes we do here and there. See Tavion Jones come into the game
Another
every so
false
often.
start.
There's a false start. Tavion Jones, he's not actually a horrible backup for the North Stars. 125 rushing yards, 2 rushing touchdowns, and 10.5 yards per carry. So, and he had the 1 lone sack before Donovan Chaney came in there on that play earlier in the first quarter to give the North Stars their 2nd sack of the season. But yeah, we haven't seen Tavion Jones come into this game. Sometimes Prodigy Shepard comes in for a couple snaps, but it's just been Myjon McDowell-Reed lined up in the backfield for the North Stars. Yet to see any 2nd string or 3rd string action.
Well, I mean, why would they? He's been so far dominant every time he's had the ball.
That's a play action.
Rolling
He rolls out right. And a great completion over the middle. As that's Antoine Dixon. Again, prior to coming into this game, he only had 1 reception. And this one, he's already got 2 for 2 big gains and 2 big first downs for the North Stars.
Yeah, for the first time in forever, Saloom didn't run in motion.
All right.
Yeah, the North Star offensive line, and especially after these little passes, they've been very physical today. I'm not sure if something maybe was said during the week, but it's been a very physical game played by the North Stars between defense and offense. And so far, it's working for them perfectly.
Antoine Dixon to the right. Saloom to the left. As they're going to hand that one
Too
off
easy.
to Myjon McDowell-Reed.
Way too easy.
He cuts his way back and gets the North Stars a first down as he's brought down at around the 9-yard line. So it's going to bring up a 1st and goal for the North Stars on the Wildcats 9.
Now, the North Stars have had a bit of a problem today with taking penalties while on 1st and goal. So let's see if that continues. If you're the North Stars, obviously you're going to try to not have that continue, but certainly it's a possibility of what we've seen today.
No false starts, no problem.
Right? Or no holdings either. That's been costly for the North Stars.
Can say that again.
Dems going to take the snap. He's going to hand that off to Myjon McDowell-Reed, who finds his way around the perimeter. Going to get a gain of maybe 3. He's brought down at around the 5. They're going to give him only 2 as we're going to call him at the 6.
On that run to the right, I think Shayshawn Barkley would have scored on that.
Shayshawn?
Shayshawn.
Shayshawn?
Yeah, Shayshawn Barkley.
So, Antoine Dixon lined up there on the right. Same formation we just saw a couple plays ago. Kuzio right and Alexander Saloom.
Saloom's going to run a post right here.
Oh, he's got nobody open. He decides to take it himself. Dems tries to lean forward. He sticks out the ball to try to get across the goal line.
Just short.
Just short. He's going to be brought down around the 1. Here comes my time.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, add one to his add another one to his stat total.
So he's got 10 touchdowns on the ground, looking for 11.
He'll get it.
Well, let's see. It's about half a yard to the end zone.
They just can't get any dumb penalties here.
Don't have wood to knock on in here. It's a metal top. As Myjon McDowell-Reed going to dive his way into the end zone. Let's see. And there's no flags on the play. So the North Stars
called that as well.
Go up 3 scores. And West Jenny yet to respond. We'll be back in just a few moments. So I almost forgot about the extra point. But the North Stars just dominating on both sides of the ball like we saw versus RFA. Here comes Jacob Genesee for the point after. Comes the snap. That one's drilled.
It's good.
Up and good. Cameron Ingram, the holder, And Jacob Genesee sends that through the upright. So the North Stars have a 21-0 lead. Have gone 3 unanswered. We'll be back in just a few moments. Wildcats look to get their first score of the game. We welcome you back here to the Northstar Network, streaming live on YouTube. So the Wildcats, after the North Stars go 3 unanswered, look to get their first score on the board. Now the Wildcats in their first drive had the punt. Their second drive had the interception, backed up within their own 15, which set the North Stars up for their touchdown pass to Alexander Saloom, and then West Jenny went right back and punted it. So a punt, an interception, and then a punt once more, as that one sent all the way back to the 5. Great kickoff for Genesee. The North Stars unable to get him down. He's fighting his way down the left sideline. He's still in.
Great return.
Great return. As the North Stars finally bring him down. That was Ethan Newton and Darian Pittiford to get him down, but great return by Ray Bullock.
Well, the North Stars, they've had their troubles with kick returns this year. Case in point, that Niskayuna game where they gave up a game-losing kick return in the final seconds. So it's definitely a bit of a liability for them, and West Jenny there does a good job of exposing that. We'll see if they can use that as some momentum to build off of.
Right. So the Wildcats at exactly midfield, right on the 50.
Definitely need a score here to get into halftime and make it a 2-possession game.
Oh, this is going to be a play fake, a good old-fashioned. Oh, and that's going to be an interception. Did he keep his feet in?
I don't believe he did.
I don't know. Myjon McDowell-Reed, that would have been his 3rd of the season. They're going to say it's an incomplete pass.
Justin Jefferson would never.
Let's see again. That's like a good old Lions.
Well, Jack, going back to what
fake.
you said, Justin Jefferson would not be playing DB.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the toe tap is. That's what I was referring to, the toe tap, not the position.
Looking at the replay over here, it looked
or
like
Pat Surtain.
It looked like he kept his 2 feet in bounds.
No, Pat Surtain the third would never.
It may have
be out of bounds.
Down to, did the ref think he had possession of the ball or not?
Right. No replay in high school, unfortunately. But yeah, that was a good old-fashioned play fake, as the North Stars are having none of it. Great assist tackles there from Antoine Dixon and Donovan Cheney. They combine for that gain of nothing, gain of 0. Get back to the line of scrimmage, and 3rd and 10, 3rd and long here for the Wildcats, as they try to not punt it for the 2nd time in a row.
They should run the ball again.
We'll see. No, they're going to go to pass. Molina, and he's going to be sacked. The North Stars, only 1 sack on the season, and they get 2 tonight. That's Tavion Jones, who had a sack earlier in the season, and he gets his 2nd of the season here tonight.
They should probably be banned from passing the ball.
Really, Molina's getting no time in the pocket. The North Stars D-line just disrupting both the pass and the run, and really it's been a tough first half for the Wildcats O-line. So with 1:35 left to go, we're going to get a timeout taken, as the Wildcats, I think, are going to go for it as they look to get a score on the board before halftime. Now, they will get the ball after half, but they are down 3 scores, so they're looking to hopefully score here, then score after halftime to make this a one-score game.
Now, Joey, what we're looking at right now here, it's North Star ball. Now, if the North Stars go down and score, and West Jenny, to start the second half, comes down, scores, or is a field goal, or excuse me, it's West Jenny ball, so the North Stars would have to cause a turnover here on 4th and 17. But I mean, I would say we're pretty close to the iconic score of 28-3.
We're close.
You never know what happens with that score.
As they are going to punt it. They took the timeout. I'm surprised they didn't.
Right on a bounce.
Oh,
he's got a lane.
He's got room to run.
House call. House call, baby.
It's a punt return touchdown for my
Corley's Cavs, baby. Corley's Cavs.
Oh, my God. My Jean McDowell Reed. My. With the punt return touchdown for the North Stars. Now, that does not count toward his rushing stats, but, man.
Oh, that guy's pissed. My going bye-bye.
My goes bye-bye into the end zone. A house call for him.
Well, a bit of a mistake there by West Jenny. They committed too far to the right. Only had one remaining player there to try to get to him. And obviously, McDowell Reed, when you're already going that fast, it's going to be really easy to get by someone that's flat-footed and it's got to build their speed. But there's a flag, and I believe it might be on the bench. Or wait, is it on the North Stars? I think it's on the North Stars. So I think West Jenny's going to get bailed out here.
All right, but
what happened?
But if it was a penalty, oh wow!
It seems like it was it must have been some form of personal foul.
But if it was a penalty on the the North Stars are going to have the ball. For a second, I thought West Jenny was going to have the ball. I was gonna say it doesn't it just affects the return yards, not the doesn't give the kicking team a first down.
It all matters in the end.
It does, as Myjon McDowell reads. Punt return touchdown is taken away from him.
I'm sure he's not going to be too pleased.
No, as he's not in there, and that's going to be a sack technically.
Too pleased, neither is Sean Tucker.
But Myjon McDowell Reed, if you notice, is not in the game. It's Prodigy Shepard in the backfield for the North Stars. Not surprised there. Myjon McDowell Reed, my just taking a breather after a huge run. But it's a little unfortunate that he didn't get the stat for it. Ethan Altabello going to go in motion. Antoine Dixon there on the right. Dems has nobody.
Wow, stepping up.
But he steps up in the pocket. Now he tries to take it down the sideline. He is forced out of bounds, and he's going to be spotted at around the 30. But a huge scramble after the pressure got to him. Stepped up in the pocket, found a lane, and a huge scramble on second down for the North Stars. Dems.
Huge hole and a huge burst.
Yes, indeed. He's got a lot of speed, and
that's
one thing he's got some rushing stats under his belt, but we just don't see a lot of that from him.
He's gone. He's gone.
Alexander Saloom is gone, and that's going to be his second touchdown of the game.
He didn't even have to do a post route that time.
No.
He just went straight. He found that hole right into the zone, and he just went. He was gone.
Yeah. And look at that. It was just a little bit of a curl route there. He just stopped right there at the 25, finds his way around a couple of those secondary players there, those linebackers, those free safeties, and just a breakdown in the secondary and in the coverage, and that's going to be a huge touchdown to have the North Stars go up 4 scores.
Oh my God! What are you doing?
We get yet another flag.
Jesus.
Not quite sure.
It looks like it's probably going to be on CNS. Probably. Oh, nope, it's on West Jenny. I stand corrected. So, we'll see if the North Stars maybe try to go for 2. I don't really think there's a reason for them to at this point. They're already leading by, 4 scores now?
Yep.
Yeah.
4 unanswered here already for the North Stars. And this game's just starting to get away.
Pretty soon you'll probably be seeing the student section leaving the game. 38 seconds to go to either the Wildcat or Fairmount and Tully's. Or TK Tavern. Your pick.
Well, here comes the PAT. And oh,
it's
a fake.
Johnny Hecker. Johnny Hecker.
Oh my God.
Hecker.
Does he get it?
Hecker.
No.
No.
Not.
Wait, there's a flag.
That might be a face mask on the Wildcats.
Well, I mean,
Just got to do the tush push.
what? And unfortunately, that remains illegal.
I thought it would change at the end of the first half.
Unfortunately not, Jack, but I believe that was a face mask on the Wildcats.
And yet, so this is going to put the ball quite literally like right at the goal line, or almost right at the goal line.
Yep.
So let's see if they go for it.
One time miscommunication, then a fake, and now a timeout.
Just send the special teams out there just to be safe.
All right, I
Please.
guess they're going for 2.
Oh, my God.
Well, I mean, you take the gifts you're given, and
14 seconds left on the play clock. They're going to have to hurry up.
2 consecutive fouls is certainly a gift, but they don't have a play called yet, so now they got 5 seconds on the play clock.
Just give it to Cameron Miller.
They're probably going to run out of time here. Oh, they got it.
They're going to hand it off.
But there's another flag.
Jeez.
And I don't think they got it anyways.
Talk about the lack of discipline.
Let's see. I believe it's on CNS.
Yep, so after a long sequence of plays there just to get some extra points, the North Stars are unsuccessful on the 2-point try. So with 38 seconds left, we'll see if West Jenny can throw together a Hail Mary to end this first half. They do have a timeout left, but they're going to have to move quickly. They'll get the ball after halftime. We'll be back in just a few. We welcome you back here to the Northstar Network. Streaming live on YouTube, I'm Joey Cox, your play-by-play commentator, as Jacob Genesee here to send this one away for the North Stars. I'm joined by Killian Heffron and Jack Manning here at the booth. As solid kickoff there from Genesee. Fielded at the 20. Fights his way around the outside, but doesn't get much. Maybe a gain of about 8 on the carry. Or the kickoff return there.
Well, West Jenny now, they got 29 seconds to get down the field, which has been, and they struggle for them today. They remain off the scoreboard here.
Yep.
Nearly 24 minutes into this game.
Now they will get the ball back after half to start things off, as they're going to kneel it. Interesting decision by the Wildcats.
Smartest play they've drawn up today so far.
And so that will be it for the half.
That's going to do it for the half. So the Wildcats elect to take the knee and trust that they can change things up here at halftime and hopefully get on the board when they come back out of the tunnel. So just before we go away, I do want to have our camera operator point to the moon up there. The moon is looking beautiful here tonight. Just going to
big and large and white.
Yeah, it's looking great. Almost a full moon, but the moon is out here at West Jenny High School. We'll be back 27-0 your score. Wildcats going to get it after halftime.
following our first half of play here. And we got a bit of a light show going on here in West Jenny. This is really, really cool. Obviously, I've never been here before, so I don't know that they do this, but I mean, this is sick. This is really cool that they're doing this here. Obviously, I don't know if it's meant to intimidate the opponent more, if it's meant to just look cool, but I mean, certainly not what I was expecting. The North Stars will do stuff like this, but what's cool about this one is that West Jenny, they got some colors that they'll put into it too. So that was kind of a cool thing there. Yeah, I'm Killian Heffron, joined alongside by Joey Cox here for this second half of action. I will be taking you through the first drive of the second half. Yeah.
Killian just getting some practice in there.
Yeah, I will. Since Joey's a senior, class of 2026, I will probably be commentating football next year. So we figured, why not give me a practice drive here?
All right.
And I apologize. There's a bit of a dip in quality, but I will try to stand in his shoes for a brief bit.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
But
I gotta say, Killian, you're right. That light show is pretty cool. I like how that's the one thing. Maybe CNS needs to take some notes there. They need to get some colored lights because ours are just kind of plain white. I mean, they can flash and stuff, but also I do like their floodlights. They're kind of like angled down, so they kind of shine more on the field, but not like they're not shining in my eyes right now, which is really neat.
Yeah, I mean,
it's not blinding the crowd.
Yeah, that's something that a lot of newer stadiums are going for. For instance, my sister Kyla Heffron plays varsity field hockey for the North Stars, and I've gone to pretty much all of her games, and a lot of the away stadiums they're playing at. For instance, Johnstown out in Albany, they had the lights angled down like this. There was another place I was going to mention it, but it's escaping my mind. Actually, at Port Byron, for instance, they use lights like these. It's just really cool how the technology is evolving, and actually the Dome as well. The Dome also uses lights like these. So it's really nice that it doesn't get in your eyes. I mean, I know we are talking about the most random stuff imaginable right now here. Once again, welcome you back to the Northstar Network. I'm Killian Heffron, joined alongside by Joey Cox. Joey, what did you see there in that first half that really set the North Stars apart from West Jenny in terms of the pace of play?
I mean, really got to look at both sides of the ball, Killian. I mean, that's really where their game is complete right now, and that's why they're dominating this one 27-0. I mean, their run game is solid. Yes, there's been some plays that have been disrupted. West Jenny doing a pretty solid job stopping Jean McDowry, but there's only so much they can stop. So they have allowed some big runs here and there, but you take a trip back to RFA last week, and you really didn't see RFA stop the North Stars run game once. Pretty much every run play went for at least a few yards, if not more. So this one we saw a couple losses. We saw a couple plays snuffed at the line of scrimmage. So really, even though the West Jenny defense is doing a pretty good job stopping the North Stars run game, they're still getting it going. They're still giving Jean McDowry touches. And that's really propelling them forward on the offense side. And then you got to look at the passing season-wise and in this one. But when they need him most, Braden Dems is there to complete the pass for a huge huge first down completion. He's there to throw it over the middle for a huge touchdown on 3rd and goal. You know what I mean? Like.
Sorry about that there. Some technical difficulties. Hopefully it's all been figured out now. Snap to Molina. Molina will hand it off, running up the middle, and we'll get a tackle there from a few North Stars. Particularly there, that was number 44, Anthony Randizzi, who got in there. But now we have an injured Wildcat and immediately went to grabbing his calf or his knee area. That's never good. That's never good.
That was never good.
Trying to see
that might be an ACL.
That's not what you want to see.
All right, so we thank you so much for joining us here on the Northstar Network. Unfortunate injury there. We'll take a break here on the Northstar Network as he is taken care of.
We're back here in the Northstar Network. They're filing a really unfortunate injury to one of the Wildcats.
Oh, yeah, O-lineman Anthony Bowles.
Yeah, I mean, went down immediately in pain. Still really struggling on the sideline. Hopefully he's all right. Looked like something in the knee area. We obviously don't want to diagnose it, but it does look something.
Looked like it could be an ACL tear.
We will hope that that's not it. Meanwhile, Molina will step forward. He'll rush. He'll get in a good gain here. It's going to be a gain of about maybe 8, I think they'll give him here.
8 or 9. Yeah, 8. They're going to give him 8.
It'll bring up 3rd down and short from the Northstar 39. And now all of a sudden here, CNS can get West Jenny off the field early on, but they got to clamp down here. And obviously, I would not be surprised if they go for a pretty big play here, West Jenny, if they maybe try to take a shot. Obviously, you have 4th down, too, and in this situation, Joey, you might try to go for it on 4th down as well.
I mean, Molina, he's got almost 800 passing yards on the season, 10 touchdowns to just 2 interceptions, while now 3.
That's handed off.
They're going to decide to run it.
Yeah, run through. We get a flag downfield, and it looks like, and we get another. Oh, what a snipe from the official from downfield with the flag. It looks like it's probably going to be offsetting. But we'll see what we end up getting here. I believe West Jenny might get the initial call for holding the Northstar down. Then the Northstar gave him an extra shove at the end.
Yeah, it looked like unsportsmanlike there by the Northstars.
In the, I believe it's the front judge who threw that. It was a absolute snipe of a throw from about the 35 all the way to where the penalty occurred.
You'd be surprised. My dad's told me there's a holding, but you'd be surprised
So it's going to be unsportsmanlike on the North Stars and holding on West Jenny.
So it's offsetting, I believe.
It'll offset, and we'll replay 3rd and 1. Now, the scoreboard reads 3rd and 1, but to me, this looks like it's 3rd and 2 from where the chains are marked. But we'll go with what the scoreboard says. And so, that would have been a 1st down, Joey. They gained the 1st down, but
no, they're giving them the 1st down.
What
happened to offsetting penalties? I guess not. Do these guys need to go back to roughing school, or I don't know. Dad, if you're watching this game, I don't know. He might be roughing. No, he is. He's roughing his first varsity game as a Section 3 ref tonight. So, congrats, Dad, for doing his first varsity game.
A little bit of motion behind the line. Molina looks. He'll go deep.
Oh,
that's going to be brought in.
That's the big play that the Wildcats were looking for, as a huge catch on 1st down by Brody Knox.
Antoine Dixon was there to bring him down, but not before West Jenny picks up a gain of about, I'd say that's maybe gain of 25 or 30.
Yeah.
That's a big play there for West Jenny now. All of a sudden, they got 10-14 left in this first quarter. They trail by 4 scores, but that's a start right there.
All right, 4 unanswered for the Wildcats. I mean, they had a punt, then an interception, punt, and then ended the half in a punt. Actually, technically a punt and then a knee, but
2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Molina takes a snap. He'll roll out to his right, looking, firing downfield. That's going to be brought in by the Wildcats. And it'll be a 1st down. Obviously here, we said earlier the rosters that we had were not the greatest, but according to this one, that was number 4, Anthony Allen, the wide receiver and defensive back who brought that one in. And never mind, it looks like it's Evan Dufford. So,
it says West Jenny Boys Varsity Football 2025-2026 on this roster, but every single number is wrong. Every single one.
Yeah, Joey has now handed me his phone where he was able to find the correct roster during halftime. So, a couple bit of mid-game adjustments.
Yeah, half these players aren't even on the roster.
However, there was an offensive holding, I believe, so now it's going to be 1st down 20. They'll replay that down. 2 receivers to the left, 2 lined up to the right. Snap to Molina. He'll make the throw. That'll be brought in there by Xavier on strife before he's taken down. It'll be maybe a gain of 1. And this will bring up 2nd down. We'll see where they mark him.
I think they're going to give him a yard, yep.
They'll advance their line of scrimmage by 1 yard. West Jenny on the Northstar 39. CNS throughout this game, Joey, their defensive line has played really well. 2 sacks on the day, but so far they've been getting beaten up pretty well in this drive. Three receivers lined up to the right, one to the left, snap to Molina. Molina
here comes the pressure.
He'll flip it. That's nearly picked off by the North Stars there, as it was initially handled by Jaden Mayweathers, who ended up dropping the ball and nearly giving it right to the North Star.
Looked like Anthony Randisi was right in the area. Could have picked that one off. Another one of the players here on this varsity team that I played football with, Anthony Randisi and Antoine Dixon, both played football with those two.
It'll be 3rd down and 19.
Back in the good old days.
Good old days of Pop Warner.
Pop Warner, yeah.
3rd and 19. Three receivers to the right, one to the left. Molina with a running back. He'll take the snap. Molina steps back. He'll throw.
Whoa.
Looking deep. It's a big throw, and it's going to be nearly intercepted. It's caught. And it's a touchdown, West Jenny. That's Evan Dufford. Picks it up on the deflection off of Myjon McDowell-Reed. And West Jenny scores their first points of the game.
Wow, what a huge play by Duford there. And it looked like I ended in a 6 or it was number 6. Either way, that would have been Alexander Salome or Dante Graham, but I think it was Salome who was there on the coverage.
I believe that was Myjon McDowell-Reed, number 3 for CNS, who got there. It looked like it tipped off his hands. He nearly picked the ball off.
So I completely read that number wrong.
Happens to the best of us. The PAT is up and is good.
No, that's going to be
never
hit off the right bars.
Apparently, I just can't see what I'm talking about there. And this one, that's Braylon Kelly, the kicker / punter for West Jenny. And the Wildcats will get their first points of the game, but they will be unable to convert on the PAT.
I guess I didn't notice it on the kickoffs and on the punts, but he's left-footed kicker. You don't see a lot of those.
Yeah, I mean, Joey, I don't know. You're right-footed, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know if you've ever tried kicking or doing anything with your left foot. It's not very easy, and obviously he's left foot dominant, so he feels the same way about kicking right. But I mean, as a right-footed person, it's a very difficult thing.
Right.
It's the way our brains are wired sometimes.
But a huge play there for the Wildcats to try to get this thing, try to get back in this thing, try to claw their way back, if you will.
And so it'll be West Jenny to kick it away back to the Northstar offense, who really has had their way so far today. West Jenny looking to maybe turn that one around. McDowell-Reed to receive the kick. He has had himself a day.
Especially on the return.
It's a little bouncer squib thing. It'll be picked up by CNS. They'll bring it forward to
That's Salome.
Yeah, Salome to the 25, makes a man miss, and he's going to get hit pretty good, but he'll go down at about the 32. So North Stars will pick up there. Yet another drive here. Braden Dems has let them down the field quite a few times today. North Stars 4 touchdowns, only 1 missed extra point on a very weird penalty sequence there towards the end of the second half. Or the first half, excuse me.
But Dems doing great tonight, yes. Really been a story for him all season. Completion percentage could be better, but honestly, as I already mentioned when we came back from our halftime break, he completes passes when he needs to. And really, the completion percentage does tend to happen just because, his O-line doesn't give him enough time and he's just kind of forced to throw it away or throw it incomplete. It's really not even inaccurate passes. I mean, we did see one last week versus RFA. It was a great deep pass. It was just slightly overthrown. His receiver could have came down with it if he had outstretched a little bit. So a little bit of a receiver mishap there, a little bit of Dems mishap. But really, I mean, it wasn't that big of a difference because the North Stars still scored on that drive regardless. And he made some big complete passes on that drive later on that kept moving the sticks for the North Stars. So really, he comes up big when he needs to, and that's really key for a quarterback under center.
Snap to Dems. Fakes the handoff to McDowell-Reed. Oh, he'll flip it. He'll flip it back to Alexander Saloom. Saloom's going to go. He's got a first down, and he's got about maybe 6 or 7 more yards on that one. That was not intentional, Joey. I'm very sorry. That was, I mean, but what a little weird flip play there over to Alexander Saloom. He'll run right for a first down and a gain of maybe, I believe they gave him 6 more.
Maybe 7. If anybody watched the morning announcements this morning, any CNS folks joining us here, or well, you'd have to be a student or a teacher from CNS, but any of you watching, you probably saw the announcements this morning. That was fun.
Yes.
It's quite interesting.
Yeah, Mediacom Block 5. They are quite an interesting group as this snap is going to be handed off to McDowell Reed.
He's got space.
Yeah, he's got a first down and maybe one more. But, I mean, McDowell Reed, they've just been unable to stop him today. And really RFA last week as well, unable to stop him. A lot of the actual stops for West Genny today have come from the secondary coming in there to bring him down. He's really had his way with the defensive line.
They have had a couple snuff plays against McDowell Reed, but honestly, you're right. I mean, he does what he does best, and that's he finds gaps, he finds seams, he finds any room to run, and he takes it all the way, and he puts his best effort forward.
That throw is caught by Saloom there on the screen pass. Saloom will fight his way for a first down. He'll be forced out at the 31.
Saloom having himself a night. Unless I lost track, I'm pretty sure that's just his 3rd reception of the night. The prior 2, he had a couple targets prior. He had that one in the back of the end zone on this half of the field earlier in the first quarter that was thrown incomplete. But he's had himself a night. 2 touchdown receptions for him, and he gets a solid first down catch there.
Dems, 1 receiver to the right, 2 to the left. With a tight end. Snap. Dems. Hands off to McDowell Reed. McDowell Reed will find a gap. He'll get the first down. Then he'll be stopped by the West Genesee secondary. And eventually everybody comes in to try to push forward and backwards. He'll be taken down at about the 17, roughly. Somewhere around there.
16, 17.
16. We'll see where they end up marking him. It will be at the 16. Joey is spot on with his ball placement here. North Stars lead this one 27-6. 6:09 left to go here in the 3rd quarter. 3 timeouts left on each side, which is highly contrary to what we saw in the first half, with both teams taking early timeouts.
But really, Killian, you look back at the RFA game, and it's kind of the opposite of this one. Majan McDowell Reed was able to get his way past the secondary as that pass low to Saloom, but last week he was able to outrun the secondary. He found his way around the perimeter and just broke free constantly, and just finding any way to outrun the secondary. And tonight, not able to do as much of that. So props to West Genny for having a pretty locked down secondary here.
One receiver,
run game wise.
1 receiver to the right, 2 to the left for Dems. Man in motion at the line of scrimmage. It's going to be a blitz. McDowell Reed there will try to fight forward. He'll gain maybe 2.
Because his helmet is knocked off. Oh, no, never mind.
If
The shadow looked like his hair. It made the helmet look like his hair, and I'm like...
Well, that would have been bad news for the North Stars had he had to come up the field, as he has certainly been a big factor for CNS today.
All right.
It's going to be 3rd down and 9.
So big 3rd down. Let's see if Dems and the North Stars can convert. 19 seconds on the play clock. Got some time to put things together.
1 receiver lined up to the right, 2 to the left again.
They like this formation with Lacuzio right and Alexander Saloom on the left.
Snap to Dems. Dems will look downfield, throwing across the middle, and it's going to be incomplete.
Yeah, that one was just thrown a little bit behind Lacuzio right.
Yeah, Lacuzio right there with the target, and just, great coverage there by West Genny. I was unable to see what number that was covering him, but, that was great job getting on right. Had he caught that ball, I guarantee you he would have been short there.
He maybe could have did a little bit of a spin move to the left of the end zone, potentially finding his way in. But either way, he might have just barely got the first down.
Northstars will go for it
Yep.
here on 4th and 9. Dems.
I don't know if we're ever going to see Genesee go for a field goal.
Dems takes the snap. He's got to run for it. Dems out to the right. He's going to get the first down. Maybe some more. Takes a big hit.
Man.
He reached for it. He's not going to get it, and Dems is down.
He's going to get down at around the 1 yard line.
And yeah, Dems is
Uh-oh.
down in the. And this is what the North Stars were afraid of here. Immediately being tended to by one of the trainers that was right next to that play.
So Dems, after having some struggles with injuries last season, goes down on that play. So we'll be back in just a few moments. Hopefully he's all right.
We're back here on the Northstar Network. Braden Dems able to walk off under his own power. It'll be Kais Johnson who comes in for CNS here on 1st and goal. They're at the 1 yard line following the big pickup there from Dems.
Only 4 pass attempts for Caius Johnson yet this season. 3 were complete. That one incompletion being an interception, and he's going to fight for it. But they're gonna call him in.
And so the North Stars will pick up another touchdown. This will make it 33-6.
And they're just layering it on.
Barring an extra point, North Stars currently lead this one. As I'm trying to do this math in my head, by 27. Extra point would make it 28. That would bring it back to the 4-score game that CNS was wanting. Here's the PAT. Jacob Genesee kicks it. It's up, and it is good. So the North Stars will pick up the PAT. This will make it 34-6 here. We will be back on the Northstar Network here in a moment as these two teams change possession. And we have an injured North Star now.
Ooh.
So we'll get that sorted out. We'll be back here on the Northstar Network in a moment.
Welcome you back here to the Northstar Network, streaming live on YouTube. I'm Joey Cox, your play-by-play commentator, joined here by Killian Heffron. So the Wildcats and the North Stars exchange touchdowns in these first few minutes of the third quarter. 4:31 left to go. North Stars 34, Wildcats 6. After that big touchdown, unfortunately, Peter Carochi went down. So that one is muffed. And they're going to call him down at around the 17 or so. Call it 18. But yeah, huge loss for the North Stars. Peter Carochi, starting center for the North Stars, coming out of the game. See who comes in when the North Stars get back on offense. So the Wildcats 1 for 1 on their drives here in the second half. A lot of possession time by both these teams to start. I mean, 8 minutes down, pretty much. 4 minutes apiece or so. So receiver goes in motion left. Quick screen pass. He's going to break his way down the sideline. The North Stars going to stop that play for a gain of about 6. He's going to be spotted around the 19.
Well, North Star was able to eventually bring him down, but he was able to get through the first couple of North Stars that were around him. CNS's defense today, though, has looked very strong. And we do have a North Star. I believe that's... Yeah, so there's a North Star down on the table. I don't believe that's Brayton Dems. So after Dems' injury... Oh, and now we have a bit of a scuffle-ish thing.
Yeah, you can see, I believe Dems is on the sideline there. So I think he might be by the table.
Yeah.
I think he's by the table, but he's not on the table.
Yeah.
But he did walk off pretty much with his own power there, as you said, Killian. He didn't look like he was limping or anything. Didn't look like he was grabbing anything, like his ribs or his arm or anything. I think, like you said, Killian, earlier, I think he might have just got the wind knocked out of him on that big play. But yeah, Dems looks like he should be okay and set to come back out on the field. Although, with such a large lead, we may see Caius Johnson stay out under center for the North Stars.
Yeah, I mean, also, you do worry about Peter Carochi there, a North Star who went down there during that PAT attempt. Didn't quite see what happened to him, but I believe that's who's currently getting worked on by the trainer on the North Star sideline. Obviously, yeah, CNS center would be a pretty big loss, hoping he is not majorly injured.
Yeah, Katie Clark, the North Stars trainer, out there tending to Carochi. Actually, Dems is by the injury, not tent, if you will, but lack thereof of a tent. No tent here like the NFL, but he's over there by the tent, but he looks fine. He's jumping around.
Now, Joey, I think the name of the game here, if you're CNS, is to make this as long as a drive as possible for West Jenny, or just get him off the field and then start to run clock down. Obviously, you don't want to risk an injury here as
he's rolling out right, evading the pressure. He's going to stay on the ground. He makes a couple spin moves as the North Stars make a dog pile. He's going to get a gain of about 4 or so to get the first down for the Wildcats.
Now, Joey, number 87 there, Thomas O'Connell for the North Stars, actually jumped on top of that dog pile.
Luckily, he didn't.
Kind of fell off.
Right. Luckily, he didn't grab the face mask there, or could risk getting another 15 tacked on the end of that run. But, looks like we had a holding penalty in there, I believe. Flag was thrown, yeah. So that's going to bring up replay a third down. And that's going to bring up a 3rd and long for the Wildcats. So after a first down carry, QB keep from Molina, that play is brought back. And it's going to bring up 3rd and long for the Wildcats as there's a false start.
So it's just, once again, West Jenny just
Oh, no, it's going to, yep.
Yeah, it's going to be a false start. So, West Jenny, I mean, the penalties we've said today for both teams have been an issue. And
So I believe they are calling that a legal formation. If I remember my symbol or my ref signals correctly.
this will bring up 3rd and 17. Snap taken by Marina. He'll look, roll out to his right. He steps into the end zone, has to get rid of the ball. Now he'll fire it downfield. That is nearly picked off by the North Stars.
A hospital ball for Molina as Ethan Newton there on the coverage almost picked that one off.
2:37 now left to go here in the third quarter. This will bring up 4th and 17. Obviously, West Jenny probably going to go for this here. And North Stars, if you're seeing this, you could shut down any hopes of a comeback right here with a stop and then a quick score.
Right.
And so this is a pivotal play here if West Jenny wants a shot at coming back in this one. It'll bring up 4th and 17. And it looks like they're going to be punting this ball away. So West Jenny opts to just, I guess, give the ball back to CNS. It'll run out to his right, get the kick up. It'll go to around the 32 where it'll land. Now it'll take a West Jenny bounce and stop at the 41.
Yeah. So I looked it up. I was a little confused there because the ref had the offside signal by putting his hands on his hips and then pointed to the offense. So I'm like, is that perhaps a legal formation? But I don't know. So because it's not a false start, because false start's obviously doing the Macarena, if you will. I don't know, whatever you want to call that. But no, I mean, a legal formation is arms extended, and he did not do that. So I don't know. Maybe he confused himself. Needs to go back to ref school. I don't know. I'll ask my dad when I get home. Nonetheless, the North Stars have it with excellent starting position as they look to seal this one away.
If you're West Jenny here, you got to be thinking North Stars are going to run the ball, maybe try to send some blitzes. They're going to get Dems here.
So Dems looked like it was intended to be a pass, but it was a high snap. Line got to him, broke through the O-line, and Dems forced to keep it himself and end up for a loss of about 5. Now, a reminder, North Star starting center, Peter Kurochi, he went out. So the North Star center is their backup, which
That's number 51, Dominic Salvatore.
Yeah, and his first snap as a center does go high. Let's see if another high snap. That's going to be handed off. So I believe Tavion Jones. Nope, that's going to be to Prodigy Shepard for a gain of about nothing. It's going to be stopped at the line of scrimmage. The North Star is forced.
Fortunately, Kurochi you can see him walking around on the bench right now under his own power. Looks good to go. He's hyping himself up by whacking himself in the head repeatedly. And
Good to see.
I can't say I haven't done that a couple times in hockey. But it's good to see he's up walking around, doesn't look to be injured.
So 2 receivers on the left, 1 on the right, as Antoine Dixon wanted to go in motion, but they take a timeout instead. North Star's coaching staff not liking what they saw. Jim Ryan going to take a timeout and make some adjustments. 57 seconds left in this third quarter. North Star's up 34-6, looking to put this game away. Welcome you back here to the Northstar Network, streaming live on YouTube. As the North Stars faced with a 3rd and long. I think they took the timeout. Is Kurochi back in the game? I think he is. Can't see the other number, but that could have been the reason for the timeout as Salome goes in motion. Dem's going to step back in the pocket. He fires down the sideline. Breaks a tackle. Makes some moves. I believe that was Leclusio right. He does not get the first down as the North Stars are brought with a 4th and about 3. 4th and 4 maybe. No, 4th and actually 2. Got a little bit more than I thought, but I believe that was Leclusio right to get that catch. We still got Braden Dems under center for the North Stars.
North Stars here are going to be forced to run one more play before the end of the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, Peter Kurochi in there for center for the North Stars, so that's most likely why they took the timeout, was to just get him back in the game. As the North Stars run forward, Myjon McDowell-Reed, or sorry, that's Prodigy Shepard, pushes his way through the line of scrimmage, and the North Stars get a first down. So that's going to end it for the 3rd quarter. The North Stars looking to seal this game up and put this one away. North Stars 34, Wildcats 6. Welcome you back here to the Northstar Network, streaming live on YouTube. Here in the 4th quarter. Ethan Altabello went in motion. He launches deep for Antoine Dixon. And that one just a little bit overthrown. Northstar's really trying to put this one away. Still got a lot of time left to play, but
yeah, they're good read by Dems. Try to go deep for Antoine on Dixon. Saw that Dixon had the DB beaten.
Yep.
And the pass just a little over.
We've seen Dems make some of those passes before, but not this time. Couple players go in motion in the backfield now for the North Stars, one we haven't seen yet. That's
going to be
Christian
off.
Green.
Green will run for it.
He's going to try to take it to the end zone. He's just going to be short, I believe. Man. But Christian Green, we haven't seen him a lot this season. He does have some stats to him, 116 yards, 14.5 yards per carry. So he gets a lot of volume out of his carries, and he does there with a huge 25-yard gain or so. 24 because he was brought down at around the 1. So Christian Green still lined up in the backfield. Receiver goes in motion. That's Ethan Altabello. We're going to hand it off to Green, and he's got his first touchdown of the season. Ethan Green.
That's going to be Christian Green.
Or Christian Green, sorry. I said Ethan Altabello, and then I said Ethan Green. Jeez, Christian Green, his first touchdown of the season.
I believe that's also his first varsity touchdown.
Yeah. So huge plays here by the North Stars to continue to tack on to their lead. Wait a second. We could get a repeat of last week if neither of these teams score and Jacob Genesee makes this extra point. It will be the exact same score as last week's RFA. That kick is up and good. So, if neither team scores for the last 12 minutes, we will get a repeat of last week. 41-6 was the score from last week. Potentially 41-6 this week. We'll get the kickoff here after that score by the North Stars in just a few. Welcome you back here to the Northstar Network, streaming live on YouTube. As here comes Jacob Genesee to kick this one away after he made the extra point to get the North Stars a 35-point lead. 41-6 your score. Same score as last week versus RFA. As that one, don't know if that was intentional or not, but a little squib kick. As that taken in at around the 46-yard line. That's where they're going to mark him. So the Wildcats to get another crack at it on offense. And
CNS at this point in time, you got to imagine their job's now just shut down West Jenny. Don't let them get any extra momentum here that they could use to build off here to mount a potential miracle comeback if that were to occur. Our Stars just want to get off the field quickly here for their defense.
So 1st and 10 from the 36. He's going to fire deep down the sideline, and that one is overthrown. Antoine Dixon there on the coverage.
Someone in the crowd was evidently not too pleased there. There's a big scream from someone down there after
they were looking for a pass interference, but I didn't see anything that would constitute it. Brody Knox there, the intended receiver, but Dixon just had some great coverage, and he did kind of trip him up towards the end, but I think that was more just a collision between players, less of a obvious hold or pass interference from Dixon.
Now, Joey, correct me if I'm wrong, but last time these two faced each other was CNS homecoming game 2024.
Yes.
As that pass is going to be incomplete. North Stars won that one in overtime.
Yeah, 20-13. It's a close one, much closer than the North Stars expected. Much too close for comfort, especially overtime. But yeah, yes indeed. But the North Stars in their last 5 are undefeated versus the Wildcats. And they look to extend that streak and make it 6-0 in their last 6. 41-6 as the Wildcats look to potentially mount a miracle comeback. It could happen. 11:26 left to go. 2 timeouts. They have taken one already, but if they make quick work on offense as he tries to call his receiver, as that's going to be picked off by Lacuzio Wright. That's his 3rd interception of the season. A miscommunication on offense for the Wildcats. Molina, he wanted to look downfield, and he was trying to communicate to his receiver, like keep going or change your route or something. He was trying to get some communication going there. Instead, maybe he was trying to fake the North Stars defense. Instead, he just tries to throw cross-body there and throws that one into the hands of Lacuzio Wright. Leads the North Stars in tackles, leads them in interceptions with 3. after that one.
Yeah, he also took a pretty big hit there after releasing that throw. He was a little shaken up there. Was slow to get up, but was able to walk off under his own power, and looks to be all right.
So Tavion Jones in there for the North Stars. Or sorry, not Tavion Jones. I apologize. Caius Johnson. And Prodigy Shepherd going to take the handoff. He stopped at the line of scrimmage. He's going to get nothing. Yeah, Caius Johnson, 4 pass attempts for him on the season, 3 completions. That one incompletion was an interception, and those 2 out of those 3 completions were touchdowns. So, and funny thing, last week we saw Darren Carter Jr., his second reception of the season, was also his second touchdown of the season. That was a 55-yard passing touchdown, Caius Johnson to Darren Carter. Now, the ball did not go 55 air yards, but it probably went about 30 yards over the middle. Great pass by Caius Johnson on that slant route last week in the last few minutes versus RFA. As
there was a run there.
Yeah. He's going to get nothing, maybe a loss of a yard. Now they're going to mark him at the line of scrimmage or so. Maybe they give him a half. They're going to give him a half a yard.
Yeah, I would not be surprised here to Northstar just continue to run this ball. Try to run the clock out. However, now you got 3rd and 10, so they're gonna maybe have to try to throw up a pass here, try to get the first down, so I can continue milking the clock, as they do have 20 seconds before they need to snap it. We'll see if they do take that time.
So Thomas O'Connell, the tight end for the North Stars, lined up. 2 receivers on the right, 1 on the left. Prodigy Shepherd in the backfield. Sorry, that's Christian Green, as he's going to break some tackles. He's still moving, and he's got the first down. Christian Green makes some moves. Oh, my God. He's a power back for sure. Killian, his yards per carry speaks enough. 14.5 yards per carry for Christian Green. Man, he gets a lot of volume when he gets that ball, and he makes the most out of every time he gets that ball.
Yeah, that's a prime example there, right? He just dragged 3 or 4 defenders along with him before finally they got him down, but it was enough to convert on the 3rd and 10. Caius Johnson still at QB for the North Stars. I believe that's Prodigy Shepherd at running back.
Now, Christian Green is a junior, so after Myjon McDowell-Reed graduates, as a huge run for Prodigy Shepherd to move the sticks, who is also a junior. So Myjon McDowell-Reed, a senior this year, you got to think the North Stars looking to get their next backs. And I think the answer is in Christian Green and Prodigy Shepherd, both powerful backs for the North Stars, especially Christian Green, who has had a lot of volume when it comes, I should say, not a lot of carries volume-wise, but a lot of volume out of his runs. So when he gets the ball, he makes the most of it. Ethan Altabello in motion for the North Stars, and that's going to be a false start. And that's going to be on Brady Collins.
Yeah, well done. It's going to be on the
Oh,
West Jenny.
no, it's offside.
They're going to get him for encroachment. And Prodigy Shepherd, if that last name Shepherd sounds familiar to you, and you're used to watching CNS football, it's because his brother last year, Cartier Shepherd,
Yep.
O-lineman for the North Stars, currently playing D1 at Syracuse University.
Caius Johnson takes the snap. He's going to hand that off to Prodigy Shepherd, who tries to power his way forward. Gets back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe a loss of a yard. Maybe half a yard there. So it's going to bring up a 2nd and long for the North Stars. Second about 6. Sorry, second about 6. I don't think we're going to see the North Stars pass. Unless they really need to get to that position, but they're really just doing a great job chewing this clock. West Jenny still got 2 timeouts left, but just because of the pure fact the North Stars are chewing this clock, there's not much of a comeback in sight for the Wildcats. Receiver in motion right. as that time a handoff to Green. He gets to the back to the line of scrimmage, maybe a gain of, he gets a gain of about 2 yards.
Final 6:40 left here in this one.
But yeah, Christian Green, he's got 116 yards prior to coming into this game on only 8 carries. So that's where that 14.5 average comes from, and he's definitely going to be one of the lead running backs for the North Stars next year. Davion Jones, another potential answer at running back as well.
And speaking of Green, there he goes. He's going to go to the 15, the 10, the 5, and he is
in for a touchdown.
Waiting for a signal. Now we have the signal, touchdown CNS. And this one is now 47-6.
Oh, I forgot Tavion Jones is a senior, so he'll be leaving this year with Mahajan McDowell-Reed. But, so yeah, Christian Green, look at that. His first touchdown of the season on a big gain.
North Star, and there was some commotion on the sideline. Turns out it was just a cheerleader setting something up. For a minute, I assumed there was some kind of shoving match. Nope, it's just the cheerleaders doing their cheerleader things.
As Cameron Miller going to head to the sideline. Again, the O-line doesn't get shout out enough. Again, a huge shout out. He's actually in band with me, so that's how I know him. Cameron Miller. Huge shout out to them as Genesee knocks that one up and good.
Yeah, I don't know if you could see it on camera, but one of the kids that's hanging out like in the field behind the field goal just made a ridiculous sliding catch on that PAT when that went through. That was athletic. He might be able to play varsity next year. It doesn't look like he's old enough to play varsity yet, but I mean, I don't know. Oh, they might have an upcoming prodigy there.
All right.
Their ball returner.
He's throwing dimes out there.
And making ridiculous catches. So just over 6 minutes left to play here in this fourth quarter. CNS, I mean, they have not taken their feet off the gas this whole game. I mean, really just constant pushing, and they've been able to bend the West Jenny defense enough to where they've been able to score plenty of times today. Up to 7 touchdowns now in the day for CNS. And the reason they don't have 49 is because of one missed extra point that happened, I believe, in the third quarter.
Well, it wasn't necessarily... Oh, the Wildcats?
Oh, wait, no, the North Star ours back in the second quarter.
Yeah, they had that whole snafu.
I was getting that confused with the West Jenny missed extra point. The North Stars had a whole penalty circumstance where they ended up going for 2 from the half-yard line and were unable to convert following a holding on a fake PAT. So really quite a bit of random things have happened in this game. As I thought that was his shoe that went flying into the air. It ends up being the ball, as it looks like the tee got dislodged. The North Star kicker, number 20, or excuse me, not number 20, number 30, Jacob Genesee, maintains both of his shoes and kicks the ball.
So the Wildcats going to have another crack at it on offense. They're on their own 37-yard line with 6:05 left to play. They still got 2 timeouts left, but this one's pretty much out of reach, Killian. 42 points. The Wildcats are down.
Yeah, you think maybe at this point they're going to try to gain some points on the board, make it look a little more respectable.
Mm-hmm.
Some stat padding.
Well, I mean, I was just talking to our athletic director, Tim Bednarski, and, of course, we were talking to West Genesee's athletic director, Mike Burns, he's been so welcoming here at West Jenny. We've done so many games here. This is one of the best away venues we've had. They make sure they got a booth for us. For football here, they give us this nice big booth, which we didn't have to share, which is nice. And then for lacrosse, they did stick us up in the smaller booth, but that's all right. We didn't really mind. We had a smaller crew today. We have a little bit of a bigger one, but honestly, it's just been a pleasure to do these away games for the Wildcats. So, a timeout taken here by the Wildcats. Speaking of them, we'll be back in just a few. We welcome you back here on the Northstar Network, streaming live on YouTube. So as always, as I was already mentioning, huge shout out to, of course, CNS Athletic Director Tim Bednarski, but then the Athletic Director here at West Genesee, Mike Burns. Thanks for being accommodating and having us here today.
Great blocking there from West Jenny. None of the North Stars were able to get anywhere near the ball before it was forced out of bounds.
It's a huge run out around the left side by Xavier Strife to get a solid gain of about 4 to bring up second and about 6. Takes the snap, keeps it himself. Strife to move the sticks.
Yeah, we're starting to see a lot more little shoving activity after the whistle here as this game gets into what is commonly referred to as garbage time.
As our producer Alex Schneible said, when he tried to convince me to get Trey Benson trade for Trey Benson and I would give him Javonte Williams, he said, oh, he wouldn't have had so many points if he didn't have that one garbage time touchdown. But a garbage time touchdown is a touchdown regardless. So that one, a handoff down the left side. He's got plenty of space. Tries to tightrope his way down the sideline is Freddie Cross. So definitely seeing some backups start to sprinkle their way into this offense for the Wildcats. Try to keep their starters healthy.
I wouldn't be surprised if the North Stars start doing the same thing here. And actually, they already are on offense. On defense, they're starting to do the same as well.
Xavier Strife in there on offense for the Wildcats under center. And then, as I just mentioned, big play there for Freddie Cross, the junior. Takes the snap. Decides to keep it himself. He's fighting his way, breaks a few tackles down at the line of scrimmage. As Christian Green looked a little shaken up, but he gets right back up, and is ready for the next play. Looked like he kind of wanted to throw up. Oh.
You know, West Jenny will converge. Green definitely still limping, so we'll see if West Jenny is able to potentially take advantage of a somewhat injured North Star here.
Christian Green. Well blocked on that play. And a huge gain out around the perimeter by Anthony Allen, I believe.
West Jenny here in position to potentially make their way onto the scoreboard for the second time today.
You know, one thing I gotta talk about West Jenny is their jerseys. They gotta love their jerseys. They look like Notre Dame's jerseys, and I'm really digging them. As I think he's gonna be stopped short. Let's see where they spot him. Nope, they're gonna give him the first down, I believe. Yep. So first down carry for a couple of yards. As just the second red zone trip I think we've seen from the Wildcats so far today. That last one ended in a touchdown. 2 receivers on the left, 2 on the right. He steps back. He's going to throw to the corner of the end zone. He was looking. Yeah, that was intended for Braylon Kelly. I heard 18 over the PA. That's actually their kicker and punter. Doesn't seem very plausible. Could be Justin Chavez, number 16. Could look similar to an 18. That's okay. One critique. Yeah, it's going to be Yeah, it's going to be Justin Chavez.
Yeah, number 18 is currently on the bench for West Jenny.
Yes, but one thing I will say, their numbers are a little bit small, so it's definitely a little bit difficult to see them. Or maybe I just have poor eyesight.
Good run there for the Wildcats. Will pick up a couple of yards there. That was number 3, Xavier Streff there, who brought that one for a gain of about 2.
So that brings up 3rd and short at around the North Stars 5. Call it the 6.
Looks like some of the West Genesee coaches headed out here behind us. They were in the booth next to us.
Freddie Cross fights his way. He's going to get the first down. Not able to punch his way into the end zone, but just a couple yards away from getting there. So 1st and goal from the second yard line, from the 2-yard line. So the Wildcats look to get on the board for the 2nd time today.
However, the clock might be an issue here. I got 58 seconds.
All right. They do have a timeout left, so if they want to get that last-minute touchdown, they still have a chance to. Xavier Streif going to take it himself. He keeps it, finds his way into the end zone. Is that a late touchdown for the Wildcats to...
This will make it a 36-point game.
Just to kind of, like you were saying earlier, Killian, make the loss just feel a little less painful, if you will. Well, you know the word I'm looking for. Just get some more points on the board, make it look a little bit more respectable, if you will. Not that this game wasn't respectable from West Jenny. I mean, they had a lot of big plays. It's just the North Stars defense was just on lockdown for a lot of the game. They tried to go for 2, but the North Stars are having none of that. But yeah, I mean, you got to respect. There was a lot of good plays on a lot of big plays on defense for the Wildcats. They did struggle a little bit, especially in the middle and around the perimeter against the run defense. But honestly, towards the B and C, even D gap, they did a pretty solid job stopping some run plays. And then they did some great jobs stopping some passing plays, too. They had some big breakups. They had some big tackles at the line of scrimmage around midfield. So there's a lot to take away from this game. And earlier I was talking about our athletic director at CNS, Tim Bednarski, and then the athletic director here at West Jenny, Mike Burns. But what I was getting to is I was talking to our athletic director, Tim Bednarski, and he did tell me how a lot of the offensive players for the Wildcats are injured this season, so they looked good. They won their first game, started off 1-0, and then they lost their last 3 games to give them that 1-3 record. Now gonna make it 4 in a row. So after as a dot from the ref there around midfield, he throws that to the line judge. But really, honestly, overall solid effort here by the Wildcats, especially considering all their losses injury-wise on offense. So defense, yes, 48 points doesn't look great on the scoreboard, but they did have some big plays that they can take away from this game and at least improve upon. So the left-footed kicker, Braylon Kelly, to kick this one away. And the North Star is just going to end up chewing the clock. As
here, seeing us 41 seconds to go, you have to imagine here that they'll likely just probably take the snap, wait a second or two, and then take the knee.
Yeah, they might just take the knee.
Because I believe it's 40 seconds.
Yes.
When they take the knee, so as long as they wait a second, then do it.
I mean, as long as
West
Jenny doesn't, I don't see them taking their timeouts here.
And so it looks like North Stars are actually lined up to try to make a play here. It's going to be still Kais Johnson on the field. Johnson, 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right, and he'll end up handing it off. It's going to be, I think that's
Tavion Jones.
Tavion Jones? Yep. So now 30 seconds left on the clock. Clock will tick down. Northstars don't need to run another play.
Yep.
And that's going to be it. CNS will run off the field and take this one 48-12.
So a huge win for the North Stars on the road at West Jenny. 48-12 your final score. I mean, again, like you said, the North Stars really did dominate on offense compared to the West Jenny offense, but then you got to look at their injuries that they've been struggling with this season. And as you can see, one of the players there in the wheelchair being rolled out onto the field to congratulate the North Stars. But yeah, I mean, with all the injuries the Wildcats have been facing this season, and then you got to give them props, and they honestly they got points on the board, and that's a big thing. And they had some great plays on defense, some great plays that they can take away from this game and improve upon. So the North Stars, huge road win here to improve to 3-2 on the season, 2-1 in division play, and they take down the Wildcats 48-12. I'm Joey Cox. Thank you so much. Of course, our whole crew here today. Thank you to our producer Alex Schneible, our camera operator, Mason. Remind me of your last name. Mason Hind. He's one of our newest members. This is his first game. I apologize. I knew your first name, but forgot his last name. Mason Hind, our camera operator, and, of course, my color commentator, Killian Heffron. Of course, a huge thank you to athletic director for the Wildcats, Mike Burns, and, of course, our athletic director at CNS, Tim Benarski, our facility manager, Joe Howell, and, of course, our athletic trainer out there today, attending to some of the injured players, Katie Clark. Thank you so much for joining us here on the Northstar Network. I'm Joey Cox saying so long from West Jenny.